Welcome to Shoshoni Yoga Online. My name is Yogini. In today's video, I will guide you through a pranayama to help reduce anxiety and to calm your nervous system. Begin in a comfortable position. You might be seated in a chair, seated on the floor and cross-legged, or any other position that feels good in your body. And you might consider lying down. If you choose to lie down, have support ready for underneath your head, and I highly suggest keeping your knees bent to support an easier, tension-free breathing pattern. You may rest your hands on your belly or down by your sides. Begin by first just noticing your breath exactly as it is. Observe if you're breathing in through your nose or mouth breathing. And if your nose is clear, I would suggest lightly touching the lips together and breathing in and out through the nose. Begin to silently count the number of seconds it takes to inhale a breath, and separately, silently count the number of seconds it takes to exhale a breath. Do your best to let the breath flow naturally without changing anything about what you find. It's much easier said than done. In this video today, we'll focus mostly on breath patterns where the inhale is shorter than the exhale, or perhaps the inhale and the exhale are equal. So if you're finding that your inhalation is shorter than your exhale, let's gently work towards an equalizing breath. It may seem like the main solution is to lengthen your inhale, but it could be that shortening your exhale feels better in your body. So take a moment to play and see if you can bring the inhale and the exhale closer to the same number without force or excessive effort. There should be no lightheadedness, dizziness, or gasping for breath at any point with any of your effort. And if you notice any of those, it means relax your effort and be more gentle and compassionate with your breath, meeting your breath where it is and gently encouraging it. And just observe whatever number feels most respectful in your body. Perhaps it's breathing in for 3 and out for 3. Maybe you're at a 4, or maybe your breath is at a 2. No judgment. Just simply be with what feels respectful and most effortless. And continue to count each cycle of breath. If your inhales and exhales are close to a 5, you can just continue working with the breath as it is and letting yourself settle into this soothing rhythm. If you're working with a breath count that's a 1, a 2, or a 3, you may first ask your exhale to be 1 count longer, keeping the inhale the same number that you're working with. So if you're working with a 2, you continue inhaling for a count of 2, and just see if it's possible to exhale to a count of 3 in a way that feels free of tension. And once that feels good in your body, then you can invite the inhale to also be a 3. So regardless of which number that you're working with, you're gently working toward the next number, working your way towards inhaling and exhaling for a count of 5. Be sure to continue to be patient and compassionate with yourself. There's no point or benefit to rushing yourself to the next number. It's important to stay in a place that feels accessible and respectful in your body and your breath. And it could be that it takes 5 or 10 minutes to get there. It could be that it takes a week or 2 to get there. It could be that it takes a couple of weeks to get there. And wherever you happen to be working presently, stay with that same breath count, and let's continue with that count for 3 more rounds of conscious breath. And then slowly release all the counting. Let the breath settle back into a completely effortless of what your body chooses to do in this moment. And before you move, whether you're seated or lying down, take a moment to notice how you feel in your physical body. Observe any sensations without judgment. And take a moment to acknowledge any changes as a result of your conscious effort and your conscious breathing. If you are lying on the floor, slowly roll to one side, coming all the way over, placing the top hand on the earth. And when you're ready, press through that top hand, push yourself back up to a seated posture. Research has shown that upwards of 50 to 80% of folks who struggle with anxiety may have suboptimal breathing patterns. But a lot of people have suboptimal breathing patterns, including high-level athletes, people who practice yoga and meditation regularly. It's a very common condition for a lot of us. So no worries, no judgment. To facilitate a more optimal breathing pattern, feel free to visit my video on Crocodile Breath, where we lie on our belly and gravity helps us use our primary muscle of breathing. So check that out and feel free to comment and let us know if this pranayama was helpful for you today. So thank you for joining me today, and feel free to check out more videos on yoga, pranayama, or meditation to find your optimal sense of well-being, your optimal sense of connection to your heart space.